ladies and gents. Welcome. All things covered. Pat Peterson and Bryant McFadden once again back. Outstanding show prepared for you guys. We're all smiling from ear to ear because it's a great day to be alive. Every day is a great day to be alive. But get this, the Minnesota Vikings, they're also 5-1. The Vikings are 5-1. Pat P, have you ever been 5-1 in your career? Any time?
Yeah. I've been 5-1 with the Cardinals in 2015. That's when we went 13-3.
Yeah.
And I was 4-0 before with the Cardinals. Right. Yeah. We went around, we freaked around and lost like 7 games straight after that.
Yeah, y'all didn't know how to finish.
That's 2012. Yeah, 2012.
Trying to think. I don't even know if I ever started 5-1. But you're 5-1. And the difference between those Cardinal teams that you just referenced compared to this Minnesota Vikings team, you guys are going to Super Bowl. That's the difference. Y'all ain't go to Super Bowl in Arizona.
You said it.
Yeah, I said it.
Nah,
and with that being said, SKOL Nation.
We came close.
With that being said, SKOL Nation, it's time to hit that Dolphins recap. There's a lot to digest in that ball game. Entertaining ball game on both sides. We finally saw, a complete team effort, to say the least. You know what I mean? Offense did what they needed to do. Defense made plays. I really love what I saw from the defense, especially rushing the passer. I know people will say, well, they played against some backup guys. I don't care. You guys made them look like backups, and that's the plus. Because what happens if you play against backups and they ball out against you? That's not a good sign, right? You guys did what you're supposed to do. The Vikings win 24-16. Now get this. Last week, my prediction was 24-17. I was off by 1 point, yo.
1 point.
I should get some points for being off by 1 point. I predicted 24-17. The Vikings won 24-16. My goodness, man. Pat P, man, let's talk about it. Let's tap in. You guys, for some reason, we can't bury the lead, but how good did it feel to have an interception that stamped the victory against your childhood favorite team? Because that interception was pretty much the last punch you guys needed to throw against the Dolphins. How good did that feel?
Man, it felt great, because, crazy thing about it, obviously you saw the video. I called it before the game.
You did? You need to do that more often, by the way.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, you need to do that. Wait a minute.
It's not many times to where I...
Wait a minute. Hold on, Pat P. 2 things I would like to ask of you. Call more interceptions before the game. About to say, man. And can you keep giving me the white sleeve?
I already knew you was about to say that. I already knew you was about to say that, man.
That's what I need. That's what when you want.
It was hot out there, man. I couldn't wear my black sleeve. It was hot out there, man.
Pat P. And you remember you told me during the season. You told me, you said if you got to pick wearing something,
I said week 2. Bring
it back.
Week 2. Week 2. I said that in week 2.
No, Pat P. Pat P. When y'all play next week against the Cardinals at home, I need the same thing. Can I get the same thing, Pat P? That's all I asked. I understand you said week 2. It didn't happen in week 2.
I got you, man. I'm gonna see. It depends on how the shoes that I'm wearing on the turf. Because to me, the cleats that I like to wear, they react different on turf than they do in grass. So therefore, depending on how my cleat feeling, how the surface feeling, because turf is a little bit harder than. No, they're not.
They're different.
Those are 2 different. So I like to wear those cleats on grass. So that's why I wore those in Philadelphia, who had natural grass, and I wore them in Miami, who has natural grass. So I practice in them because we practice on natural grass. They feel a little bit different. Feel like my feet roll a little bit more when I practice in them on turf. So that's why I might be a little bit skeptical on wearing them Sunday because we play on turf. I like to be locked in, Matt, as far as my feet. I don't want to have no rolling. I don't want to have no uncertainty. You already know. So I'm going to go out there and warm up in them, Matt. And if I feel good, I'm telling you this. If I feel good, I'm going to wear it. If I don't, you're going to know why.
Well, dang. All right. Well, you felt good Sunday. You got a pick. I think you're going to feel good again and get another pick. I mean, listen,
Man,
Keep
I was
doing
flying
it
around, man.
until you don't get it. So,
Man, I was
but
flying
okay,
around, man.
you gotta feel comfortable. I understand that. I get that. But take us through the play. Can you break down the play for us?
Man, it was Pat B taking a chance.
It looked like y'all was in a trap type coverage.
We wasn't even in no trap coverage.
What y'all was in, man?
Damn near.
So you were where you were positioned at, I thought y'all was in a trap like coverage.
Exactly. So that's what pro fantasy football be thinking too. When they be thinking people all over the place, they don't be knowing what's going on. So that's what they be thinking too. But anywho, I was not in the trap coverage. I was in the cover 3, Mac. I was supposed to be man turning everything. I'm on waddle, speed. But I'm like, man, let me look at this time of the game. Yeah, they need a big play. Teddy ain't throwing the ball down the field all game. His favorite route is a 7, the sail combination. We call it a 9-7-3, where you got the 3 receiver running on a little fast out, the number 2 receiver running the sail 7 route, a post corner if you want to make it more simple.
Yep.
And the X receiver is normally running the go. So I was supposed to be man turn to him, but I think it was first down. It was first down, and we know on first down they like to come out with that type of formation. I mean, with that play call. Typically, in a 2-minute warning, that's like the number 1 play in 2-minute warning.
Mm-hmm.
So they're down. Obviously, they have to make a play. So me, I'm going through my notes, going through my, do all my notes in my head. I'm like, da, 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 da. And I looked at the formation. They tried to hide it because they motioned the tight end from the backside over to it because the formation came out 2 by 2, 2 receivers on each side. Then they motioned the guy over. I'm like, hey, this looks familiar. Go ahead, don't man turn P. Go ahead and get you a peek at Teddy. See what Teddy got going on. Saw what Teddy had going on. P2 had to go make a play.
And Pat P, talking about making a play, you did make a play, and I called you after the game because I felt some type of way, but you gave me the reason why you went down so easy. Because I thought you had a lot of green grass, right? And that was a lazy tackle by that offensive lineman, and you just kind of laid down and went down for him. But tell us why you allowed him to tackle you so easily. Because when you caught it, based on where all the wide receivers was, and knowing who was in front of you with the blockers you had, I said, he about to go yard. He about to go get in that paint.
Yeah.
But you fell down easy.
First of all, it was not an offensive lineman, Mac. It was a receiver, man.
No, that was an offensive lineman. That was a lineman. You sure?
It was 85, man. 85, that's a receiver.
Okay. I thought it was a lineman, my bad.
No, it was a receiver. Anywho, I get the pick, and I'm thinking it was closer to the 2-minute warning. Like it wasn't many more possessions that was going to be left in the game. And secondly, you saw the temperature on the outside line? It was 120. So if I would have ran 10 more yards, I probably would have locked up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So when I got the pick, I'm like, oh, game over. I ain't trying to go out here and run. I'm gonna tell you, and another thing too, what was on my mind, me being an athlete, me always being, I guess, self-aware, but I pulled my hamstring around the same time last year.
Okay.
At North Carolina. Around late in the game, and I was feeling the same way. So I'm like, let's go and get on down. Let's go and get on down, because if I had to kick it in the gear back, I ain't gonna lie to you, I probably would have cramped up and damaged some shit.
No question. Well, smart man. Health is what we need. Health is like wealth in regards to the NFL. But take us through. You guys have done a phenomenal job in your group celebrations. But take us through that celebration, and what were you doing? Was that a gritty? What was that? I don't know what that was. I didn't know if you were spazzing out. I didn't know.
I will tell you this. Wait till you see. We have come together as a defense to have a choreography celebration. So we're gonna be all synced. We're gonna have watch when we play the Cardinals. Oh my God, that's next game.
You say watch who now?
Watch when we play the Cardinals.
Oh, y'all got something planned?
Man, it's on. But
hey, I like
that celebration. Huh?
Go ahead. What were you doing? Was that a gritty?
Yeah, that was a little bit of the gritty. That was a little bit of everything, Mac. Because the crazy thing about it, going back into the end zone, like I talked about, is my wife's birthday, as you guys saw on the post. And initially, I wasn't going to run to that touchdown, but I had to think. I was like, what end zone she's sitting in? And when you see it, I point to the sideline, and I just immediately just took off to the end zone because I wasn't sure on which end zone I was going to go to. So I ended up running to that one, ended up doing the gritty. My wife knew I cannot dance one bit.
Yeah, you can't.
So I pulled out the gritty. No, I can't. Pulled out the gritty, and I'm not the guy here to say that I can.
No question.
But I pulled out the gritty. Then we ended up doing a waddle because Cam came in there doing a waddle coming in there. Then they had the Dolphins. They had the flipper going. They had the chest CPR going. They had the chest compression going on. It was a lot going on in that video.
When Cam did that waddle, boy, I about died, boy. I about passed out, bro. When he hit that waddle, man, that was so funny. But I can tell you this much: I like seeing the team celebrations. You guys are embracing each other. That's important when you embark on this journey that y'all getting ready to embark on, for the rest of the season. The position that you're in, you can tell the love is there. The togetherness is there. So that's a big time plus. You had an opportunity to pick off Teddy Bridgewater, Pat P. So I'm going to test your memory real quick. With that interception, that marks the second time you've picked them off in your career. Can you name me all the quarterbacks you've picked off more than once?
Damn. Sam
you got
Bradford
Teddy B already
sure.
on the list.
Sam
you got 4 off
sure.
Sam Bradford. You got 4 off Sam
Man, that
Bradford.
was my favorite quarterback. Anytime I saw Sam Bradford come up on we playing the Rams, I knew I was getting one. Hey, I think I got about 7 picks against the Rams alone. I go Sam Bradford. Damn, man, you put me on the spot like a mug. You just said Teddy.
Another divisional quarterback you used to see all the time.
Oh, Russ. I got Russ.
Yeah, you got Russell twice.
I got Russ twice.
Now the next few names that you might not get, you might need some help.
Oh, I might have got. It's probably a Rams quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Austin Davis?
Keenum? I knew it was a Rams quarterback for sure. Austin Davis. I got him twice in that one game.
Yep. Matthew Stafford, you got twice.
I did.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford. Mike Glennon, you got twice.
Oh, I did. I got Mike Glennon twice in one game. I got Matthew Stafford.
And the last
twice.
name.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me the last one. Let me try to see if I can get it. Give me a hint.
Was in your same draft.
Oh, Mr. Newton.
No question.
Cam. Oh, Cam.
Yeah. So Pat P, you have interceptions off 5 number 1 picks. Sam Bradford, Stafford, Newton, Baker, Jameis. You have 4 interceptions off 4 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks: Brady, Stafford, Russ, and Drew Brees.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's big time things. And you're continuing to add to the resume as we speak.
In county, Matt. In county.
No question. And also outside the interceptions, you were getting your hands on a lot of footballs. What was the keys to all the PBUs you had during the game as well that led to that potential interception?
Film.
Film. Did you pick up something? What did you pick up?
Man, I picked up a whole lot of stuff in that. It's crazy, Matt. I kid you not, dog. Saturday, I said, if I ever get this formation where anybody motion outside of a receiver back into on the other side of the field, and it's just the receiver and the tight end, they're running. And that's my first pass breakup. And that's coach always talk about. Hit that pitch when you know it. And if you go back and watch that film, I didn't backpedal. Only thing I'm upset about is that Teddy gave me the ball I was looking for. I meant the ball that I was not expecting because quarterbacks are typically taught in that type of coverage, throw the ball low and outside.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I was already, because it's a quick throw, I was already in my mind prepared to break up the ball. If you go back and look at, when I'm coming up, I secured the tackle, then I made the PBU.
Mm-hmm.
But the ball was so far inside. I'm like, oh shit. Like, because I broke on the receiver. Then when I looked, I was like, oh, because like I said, I was expecting the ball to be low and outside. So I was prepared, because those balls are hard to pick off, especially when you're playing against a quality quarterback that knows, ball placement and this, that, and other.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting the ball to be low. So I was prepared to break it up, but it ended up being high and inside. And that could have been a dang on pick six if I would have kept my eyes on him. But, like I said, film, just understanding film, just being, that's I think, Mac, I'm not even joking out. They ran that play against the Jets. And that was like one of the last 5 plays that I watched before we went on the field.
Wow.
Crazy.
It came to light on Sunday, right?
Yep. In the third quarter, the first drive, it was within that first drive out of the third quarter. That was the first time we saw it.
That's why film study is so important. What was clicking overall for the defense? I mean, you did a great job in rushing the passers, sacking the quarterbacks. You guys allowed a good amount of yards, but you limited them in points. So what was clicking for the defense?
Man, we knew those guys are home run hitters. Those guys are always looking for the big shot. So our mindset going into that game was just keep the roof on the defense, have those guys earn every yard, that they're out there, getting. And that's what they did. They had 400 yards of offense, 16 points to show for it. And honestly, the last drive was kind of like garbage yards, to be honest with you. So, we played a very sound football game, and we achieved our goals of the game plan. Our goal of the game plan was obviously keep keep Tyreek Hill big plays, down the field, those 70, 50 plus yard bombs that you're accustomed seeing on film. Limiting Waddle big plays. Although he did have a couple big plays, but we made him play. Harry, end up, forcing a key fumble in that game. That was a momentum shifter as well. And that 50 yard that he had at the end of the game, that's garbage yards, man. You run a screen for 50 yards. And, I hate that comes up as a reception, stat. But it is what it is. But to me, obviously it goes on his stats and it look good for him. But those are trash yards. We're expecting those guys to try to throw the ball down the field. But that is what it is. We kept the roof on the defense. Those guys didn't score any points. As far as Tyreek Hill and Waddle kept those guys out of the end zone. And like I said, we achieved our goal. We achieved our goal despite the yards that we gave up. The points didn't amount up to it.
I like that, keeping the roof on the defense. I like that mentality, especially when you're playing against that type of speed. What are the biggest keys to this 4-game winning streak you guys are currently on?
Man, every guy in our locker room trusting and leaning on their brothers, not blinking when that fire get hot, understanding that we've been here before, this team is just so special, man. I just feel like we've been through so much. We've seen everything to where we're not even blanking at situations right now. Coach just talked about an unbelievable stat that we was dead last year in points as far as, in 2-minute situations, last 4 minutes of offense. We're number 1 right now. You know what I mean? And like I talked about, we have so many guys that been through that, that draining hole last year, that we understand the mistakes that we made. We understand that, the situations that we are in are monumental, and we have to relish those moments. And coming into this season, that was a point of emphasis, and it's showing off. So we just have to continue to try to find a way to maintain and sustain, that mindset, that momentum going into the second half of the season, because quite frankly, us being 5-1 don't mean a damn thing because the season hasn't even started yet.
No question.
After October, after Halloween, that's when the real season starts. That's when it's going to be scary for the league because we haven't even played our best ball yet. Yeah. We haven't even played our best ball yet, complimentary football yet.
November is when teams separate themselves.
100%.
No question. That's what Mike Tomlin used to tell us all the time. In the month of November, are you thriving or surviving? Which one are you doing? Are you thriving or are you just trying to survive?
And that was always, not to go back, in the past, but that was always my mindset to the young guys when we was in Arizona, man. Like we always got off to a good start, but we never could finish.
Mm-hmm.
And I should tell those guys all the time, bro, yeah, we're winning in September, October. That don't mean nothing.
Nope.
That don't mean nothing. This is where teams start to separate themselves and start putting them in position. So like you said, are you surviving or you thriving?
No question.
And our goal this year, having the guys in the locker room that we have, we're trying to thrive because we ain't got no time to waste. This window is but so open.
No time. Yeah, no doubt. Last question for you before we transition to the Around the League part of our show. What is one area the team needs to improve in after the bye?
Like I just said, just playing complementary football.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're playing solid defense. I think we're top 10 as far as points allowed. I think we want to clean up the red zone, defense a little bit. But other than that, just finding a way to play our best ball, because, there's always things to improve on. There's always plays that you can clean up, on tape, after wins or losses. But finding a way to play our best ball. And that's where it's really going to be scary. And that's when you're really going to be on the lookout. Because, a funny thing is, I won't necessarily say I look at this stuff, but my boys text me this stuff.
Yep.
They'll text me about, the rankings from, I forget who it was. And it was crazy how they had the Cowboys ranked above us. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it don't mean nothing now, but, how is that?
Yeah. I can tell you this much,
the Dallas Cowboys are ranked above the Minnesota Vikings right now.
I went on CBS. I went on Pete Prisco's recap of his power rankings, and he had you guys number 3. It was Philly, Buffalo, Minnesota, Kansas City, in that order.
Okay.
So we got some people that's noticing what you guys are doing. And this is my argument for people who say, well, this team is not as good as their record. Who cares? You are what your record says you are. And at the end of the day, it's about winning points. NFL football is not like college football. You don't get penalized for not blowing a team out. That doesn't happen. When you see a college team play against a team that's might be, a lesser team than them, they might barely win. They lose their spot. The NFL, no, it's hard to win.
Right. And it's proven. I don't know what the stat, Eric, pull up what the stat is, what the stat was this week on one score game. I guarantee you it was 9 or above.
It was once again extremely relevant. One possession games. You rarely see teams get blown out.
I'm telling you, it don't happen. It don't happen. So for people to be looking for style points and
just win.
Yeah, you ain't get no style points in the league.
It's a hard
You're just
league.
Not getting style points.
It's a hard league and it's unexpected. You have unexpected things week in and week out. We had 8 one-possession games this week. 8.
I was one.
I mean, the margin of a victory is right there. So yes, that's basically half. Pat P, you're on your bye week. Do you have any big time plans during your bye week?
Man, Mac, you see well, man. I'm at the crib, man. I'm excited to be back home with my babies. I took them to school this morning, taking them to school all morning. I'm cooking tomorrow. I can't wait to just sit back and relax, watching the Thursday night football game with my babies.
Yeah.
Got an opportunity to enjoy the theater room earlier, golfed a little bit earlier. So man, just relax it. Hey, you see my shirt? I like it neat.
And then wait a minute, don't forget to tell everybody this Sunday. Where will you be this Sunday?
So Matt, change of plans.
Oh yeah, change of plans. Okay, we'll talk about it there. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it off camera. Okay. We'll talk about it off camera. But we about to go, we're going to get some Gatorade, pay a few bills. We'll be back. When we come back, you guys don't want to miss a nice conversation with my guy and myself in regards to some information throughout the NFL, something that you guys probably been talking about already, but I can't wait to get Pat's thought process, his sentiments on this particular topic. So stay tuned. Now it's time for Around the League. Here's where we tap into some information, news regarding other NFL organizations or other NFL players. This was a big conversational piece this past weekend, clearly after Sunday's game, leading into this week as well. Tom Brady, right? You probably briefly saw it after the fact, Pat P, Tom Brady getting in on his linemen, yelling at him, not necessarily yelling at him, but he said he was trying to motivate them to play better than what they were playing. But there's some other things that's tied to Tom Brady that they're concerned about in regards to his leadership or the lack thereof in this particular year. He went to Robert Kraft's wedding on Friday. He didn't fly with the team on Saturday. He missed the Bucs walkthrough on Saturday, was set to take all of Wednesday's practice off. He didn't practice this past Wednesday, of course, leading up to the Steeler game. He took 11 days off during training camp. And Todd Bowles says TB12 is getting no special treatment. Being a current player in the National Football League and understanding and knowing how things go for certain guys, what's your thoughts on everything that has occurred over the last week in regards to Tom Brady attending the wedding, missing walkthrough, not flying with the team, and of course, you can go back to training camp missing 11 days.
Well, I didn't know nothing about, obviously I saw what happened on the sideline Sunday, but I didn't know that he went to Robert Kraft's wedding on Friday. Shout out to Robert Kraft getting married again.
Robert Kraft was like 80, right?
I know. His wife probably 40.
Might be 30.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure she ain't 50.
No.
But anywho, and I didn't know he missed the team walkthrough on Saturday.
Yes.
And also, I didn't know he didn't fly with the team on Saturday as well. So
it's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it is a lot to unpack. And I mean, honestly, unacceptable. Far as, obviously you're not practicing on Wednesday, and everybody going to bow down Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl. I get all that. Yeah, that's great. But at the end of the day, you're the leader. You're the guy who everybody leans on. You're the guy who everybody depends on. So if they see this type of stuff going on, how do you think that rubs off on the team? Not flying with the team, not coming to the team walkthrough. Yeah, we understand that you may have it all, but we still need you here. We still need to see you here, putting in that grind with us. And I mean, I think who said it today? I was watching ESPN. I can't remember who said it today, but it was like, man, I think Tom Brady might have bit off, more than he can, more than he could eat, more than he could chew, because he should have just rode off into the sunset, with the Super Bowl the year before, had a solid season like last year. And I know Tom is a competitor. Hell, I'm a competitor. You want to play as long as you feel that your body can go. And, I don't know what led to coming back, to play another season. But, with those, with the things that we just read off as far as, not flying with the team, not coming to team walkthrough, that's definitely some early signs of the team starting to separate.
Mm-hmm. And my thing is this: people are complaining about why is he going to a wedding on Friday? I don't have an issue with Tom Brady going to a wedding on Friday, because one thing I know about professional football, Friday is an opportunity for guys to come together and hang out. You might go to a lounge, you might go to a nice restaurant. Right. Just because it's Friday doesn't mean you can't do anything. I don't have a problem with that at all. The problem that I have is attending the wedding,
missing that walkthrough,
is what made him miss Saturday's walkthrough. If he could have attended the wedding and still get to Saturday's walkthrough, it's not an issue because you're where you're supposed to be on Saturday. So going to the wedding, it caused him to miss the walkthrough and it caused him to fly solo to Pittsburgh. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Nah,
and one thing about the game of football, Pat, you know this. Resumes means nothing in the National Football League. What Tom Brady did in 2020, what Tom Brady did the other Super Bowl years, it has nothing to do with this year. And all we're seeing from Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are struggles, unexpected struggles, and maybe the lack of the team unity, because playing quarterback is a leadership position, like it or love it. And that's why Tom Brady has been so great at that position, because he's the ultimate leader. He is the guy who doesn't mind taking a pay cut to get other players
to better the team.
He's that guy who has always been one of the guys. And one unique thing in regards to how Bill Belichick used to treat Tom Brady, he treated him just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And get this, Pat P, Bill Belichick didn't go to the wedding. And he was right there.
Was he invited?
That's a good question. I would think he's invited. Hey, he's still coaching the man team. He's still coaching Robert Kraft team.
That would mean nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, he got the invite.
Yeah,
he got the invite.
But Bill probably was dialed in and get
Bill was focused on the game.
And they took care of their business easily against Cleveland.
Yeah, that they did.
They took care of their business. You know what I mean? So, hey, my thing is this, Tom Brady. Would Tom Brady have missed a Saturday walkthrough while playing for the Patriots and Bill Belichick? I highly doubt it. Would Tom Brady have flown to a team?
He wouldn't even. Team? I don't think he would have went.
No.
To be quite honest with you.
And we know he wouldn't have flown by himself to wherever the team was they were playing against under Bill Belichick. We know that much. So that's my thoughts. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I think as a quarterback, it's your job to make sure you're going above and beyond what your title calls you to do. And part of your title is being a leader. And that's not leadership like qualities, missing something like that. So let's see if they get it right. We have JC Horn joining us on our next episode of All Things Covered. So we wanted to discuss young corners in the game that are excelling, that are balling big time, that are pressing everybody. The criteria is you got to be at least the most you got to be in year 3 in the league or younger, right? That's the criteria for this particular conversation. Young cornerback focused guys that have been balling. JC Horn, who we will have on the next episode, 1 interception, 4 PBUs in 5 games. He's been lights out, locking people down. Pat Surtain Jr., 5 PBUs, 1 forced fumble. I mean, we saw what he did this past Monday night against Mike Williams, man. Goodness, Mike Williams couldn't get loose at all. Sauce Gardner, 1 interception, 8 PBUs, 1 tackle for loss. You talk about a guy who's been balling. Sauce Gardner reminds me a lot of Dale Carter. If you young football heads, historians out there who don't know who Dale Carter is, go type in his name, Dale Carter, who went to Tennessee, played for a few teams, Kansas City, Baltimore. Long, rangy, lengthy, athletic, could run, and he had straight dog in him. Asante Samuel Jr. Also, we have had Pat Surtain, JC on the show, Asante Samuel, Florida State stand up. 1 interception, 5 PBUs. He's actually been the best corner for the Chargers. And that's saying a lot because remember, they brought in J.C. Jackson, gave him a lot of money.
Yeah.
But Zont has been the most consistent corner. And this is another name that has really surprised a lot of people. But I had him high on my list when I did my draft preparation last year. Tariq Woolen, former wide receiver. He's still raw at the position. This man got 4 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 5 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. He has been lights out. He's been doing a phenomenal job. Other corners we like to mention, your teammate Cam Dantzler, Trayvon Diggs, of course, been balling. Tyson Campbell, Jack Jones. I mean, and it seems like when you talk about Trayvon Diggs, it seems like he's been in the league longer than 3 years. That's what it feels like. But he's in his 3rd year. Yeah. And he's been playing lights out. But what are your thoughts about some of the names that I mentioned, Pat P, based on some of the things you've seen?
Man, all great names that's going to be able to, sustain, the great culture, that defensive backs, that the primes, that the Dale Carters, Derek Greens, provided for us. Just I'm happy to see, the next generation is in great hands. This is not in the next generation. This is the generation after the next generation, because these guys, Jalen is year 8, right?
7 or 8, I think.
So yeah, that's technically, my next generation. Then these guys here are in year 3. And hell, you just rambled off 7 names. You know what I mean? 7 guys, that could be a household name in this league. So it's great to see, this league is in great hands in the future,
question.
man.
The future is bright at the quarterback position.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'm happy to see my man Sauce out there doing his thing out there in New York. Had the opportunity to watch him play against the Dolphins last week, because that's who we were studying. I was like, oh yeah, he not. Yeah. He gonna be then having a game that he had against Green Bay was pretty spectacular. Pat Surtain, he just came in the league ready. He just came in the league ready. Just his movements. Yeah, his movements, his technique. He's just technical sound. You just tell that he was born
to play corner
in the cornerback room. No doubt about it.
Yeah, he was born to play corner.
JC Horn, no doubt about it. JC Horn, one of my favorite young guys to watch as well. Lazant, Lazant, another special one. Remind me a lot of his father. Just very great instinct, just, not many wasted movements when he's making those breaks. There's another one that was born into football. You can just tell that he gets it, and having the opportunity to play with Cam, it's been a pleasure for me to see him grow, to see Diggs do what he did last year and continue to build on his resume. I mean, the list goes on, man. So I'm just happy to see that the cornerback future is very, very bright, because these are guys I'm gonna be talking about, when I retire. These young guys, So I'm happy to see, like I said, to see these guys' future is super, super bright.
Yeah, no question. Like I said, the cornerback position in the NFL, man, in regards to young talent, we're in good hands. We got some guys that can go, and they're playing with a lot of confidence, and they believe in their skill set, and they display that skill set week in and week out. Well, Pat P, man, we're going to let you go get back to enjoying the rest of your bye week. Get back dialed in, because when you guys jump back into the thick of things next week, we got a home game. And I know SKOL Nation, they're going to be fired up. Vikings are 5-1, trying to improve on that said record. And hopefully, Pat P, man, them interceptions, they come in bunches. You want to.
That they do.
You want to fall in some more. You was about to say something?
Yeah, I am about to say something.
What you got?
What today is what today is? October 18th. I said on that camera, October 16th, that I was going to get me a pick. I'm getting 2 October 30th. I'm getting 2 October 30th. Watch what I say.
I like that.
You already know who playing.
Oh, I already know who y'all play. I already know. So yeah, I already know. Well, you already fired up. You got a whole week, man. Just calm down. You're a little too fired up.
Listen. I can't wait, Matt.
You fired up, ain't you? You gonna have another gritty?
Man, no, I ain't gonna have no gritty. This is where that special celebration come out.
Okay.
And make sure you stay. And I did hear they might change the game. They might change it. They thinking about changing the time. We will schedule that.
They might make it a prime time game?
They changed the prime time? Oh my goodness. I don't know. That's just what I heard. That was talks. They was talking about changing the game time. So
well, we're gonna see. Hey, we're gonna see, my guy.
Put your seatbelt on, baby, because we about to ride.
Let's go. Hey, this is where teams create separation from the pack. Right here, late October, getting into November. Like I said, are you thriving or are you surviving? Which one are you doing? You don't want to be a team that's surviving because you're just holding on. You want to be that team that's thriving, gaining ground, gaining traction. Because what happens now plays a big part into what happens in January.
No doubt about it, Mac. And I don't know if you watched that game that we played in against the Dolphins. That's why my energy level was on a whole nother level. Just to show these guys, we got to kick it to another gear. We just getting started.
Lead by example.
And the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack.
No question.
Let's go.
The speed of the leaders is where I heard that from.
Me? I told you that.
You got it from somebody.
I got it from Coach Rapone.
That's it. The speed of the leaders, the speed of the pack. Set the tone.
Yes, sir.
Got to be a tone setter, baby.
Gold star, baby.
No question. Well, Pat P, man, you already know it's great catching up with you. We're going to be dialed in. Enjoy your bye week. We're going to tap in.
Yes, sir.
Next week, we got another phenomenal show, SKOL Nation. Make sure you guys get your tickets. If you don't have your tickets already, to be right there in the stadium against the Arizona Cardinals. All fan participation is needed, is accepted. Make sure you're loud, make sure you're intoxicated, and make sure you're ready to go and see some good football. That's all you got coming from me. And I will give my famous prediction next week. Let's see how close I can get. What you got, Pat P?
And I need SKOL Nation to be loud. I need this to be the loudest game that y'all ever did. I need you. I need you.
I gotta come hear that in person. I ain't never heard it in person.
Hey, Matt, why not come to that game? Because I'm about to go off.
Man, you ain't gotta threaten me with a good time. You ain't gotta threaten me with a good time.
What I just said, I'm about to go off.
We're gonna see what we can do. Maybe we can do a quick little show up in Minnesota, up in the soda.
You did tell Coach you was gonna come back out there, and it is cold right now.
I said in January too. I don't know what I was thinking.
It snowed. It snowed. What? Last Wednesday?
Yeah, y'all tripping. Dang. I might need to come now in October instead of waiting to come in January. That's what I might need to do. Because the way how my thermals set up, I ain't really got no thermals for that.
Yes, sir. Hey, but Ralph Waldo Emerson is the originator of that quote.
I like it. No question. The speed of the leaders, the speed of the pack.
Speed of the leaders, speed of the pack.
No question. Well, keep leading. Sir. Keep showing that speed, displaying that speed, because everybody gonna follow. No question.
Ain't got no choice, baby.
No question. Well, Pat P, enjoy your bye week. I'm gonna enjoy my bye week as well, even though I ain't on the team. I'm gonna feel like it's a bye week, and we're gonna get ready for an extensive run, to say the least, when everything jumps back in play next week.
Yes, sir. It's 11-week marathon, baby. We ready to run.
No question. No questions. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. Get you some rest, and let's go.